John Bell for President, Election of 1860. Lincoln is part of the National Union Party and wants to ban all slavery in the new territories. He wants the South to be the same as the Union and feels as if slaves should be free, but that will lead to secession. Slavery should stay the way it is now to make everybody happy.
John Breckinridge is a Democrat that is for the extension of slavery throughout the states. This idea only pleases the South, and this is why John Bell will be a better candidate, because Bell will help both sides to preserve the Union. Stephen Douglas is a Democrat that was for popular sovereignty, but John Bell thinks that there are better ways to decide if a state becomes free or slave to prevent another bleeding Kansas.
John Bell's presidency, the Constitutional Union Party. The Constitutional Union Party was composed of former Whigs and remnants of the Know-Nothings and other groups in the South, and was organized just before the election of 1860. They persuaded that the agitation over the question of slavery would only lead to the disruption of the Union. The members of the Constitutional Union Party had a strong hold to the Union, Constitution, and the United States. At the meeting in Baltimore in May of 1860, the party had its founding convention and nominated John Bell of Tennessee for president and Edward Everett for vice president. John Bell's main goal was to get people to keep the Union together and vote against Southern secession. The party took no stand in the slavery issue. In the November election, the Constitutional Party found its greatest strengths among the conservatives in the border states, where the effects of civil conflict were especially feared. Although the ticket was supported throughout the nation, the party carried Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. In the Constitutional Union Party platform of 1860, it is said, "Resolved that is both a part of patriotism and of duty to recognize no political principle other than the Constitution of the country, the Union of the States, and the enforcement of the laws, and that as representatives of the Constitutional Union men of the country and National Convention assembled, we hereby pledge ourselves to maintain, protect, and defend separately and unitedly these great principles of public liberty and national safety against all enemies, at home and abroad, believing that thereby peace may once be restored to the country, the rights of the people and the states reestablished, and the government again placed in the condition of justice, fraternity, and equality, which, under the example and constitution of our fathers, has solemnly bound every citizen of the United States to maintain a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare and security of the blessings of the liberty to ourselves and our posterity."
John Bell is for the preservation of the Union in a peaceful manner without war. Bell wants to reunite the North and the South again. Bell denounced the secession of the South by saying how unnecessary it is and saying that it will be a threat to the Union and the country.
John Bell thinks that the discussion of slavery will not last long and everything will eventually blow over. Bell does not entirely oppose the idea of slavery, but he frowns upon the topic and wants to stop the expansion of slavery. Bell also wants to uphold the Constitution and the civil rights of American citizens.
John Bell was known as the Compromiser, and we will find a way for the Union and the Constitution.
During this election, John Bell only has 39 electoral college votes from Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Bell currently has the least amount of votes with around 600,000 votes. His campaign appeases to the border states because he wants to keep both sides happy, but neither the North nor the South like his candidate issues.
the popular vote, and the electoral votes. Production: Courtney Alexander, Luz de la Torre, Kendall Fountain, Josh Heffron, Kayla McWilliams, Francisco Sanchez, and James Wall. Mr. Tiffy's U.S. Honors History class.